Welcome back YouTube. Today is my push day. I've not actually gone through this push session. It's very new. Well, it's same but different. So basically the same like for like movements but just on different equipment, just because a few of my sets had started to fall down a little bit in regards to progressions. So just so that I don't get stressed and annoyed, that's why we're obviously doing something a little bit different. So I'm going to start with my warm-ups as normal, and then we're going to go through the session and we'll probably talk some shit as well at the same time. So exercise one, as before, is the lying cuff DY raise. It's really nice. It's a movement that lots of people have started to do, because obviously many people have now posted about it on Instagram. Just make sure that when you bring your arms back towards the cable and they come together, that they don't go too far towards the cables. You almost want to bring your arms just so that they're just above your upper ribs / just below your boobs, and then just drive them straight back out. You don't need to bring the arms all the way back through, otherwise your handles and your cables are all going to get confuffled together and you're just going to lose tension. That one's a lot heavier than the other cables, bloody Nora. When it comes to training, if you are someone that's very much at the start of your journey, try not to get too obsessive over, oh, I need to have a bigger back, I need to have bigger delts, I need to have bigger quads, I need to have bigger glutes. Because if you're not that big yet, there's no point in trying to focus too much on the intricate details. You need a plan that's going to help you build mass everywhere, and then you can start to think about, in the future when you are quite big, being a little bit more specific, because you're going to waste valuable growing time if you are a little bit too specific, if your overall goal is to build mass. See, that feels really easy, but this machine gets really hard very quickly. Did 2 plates last time for 12, and I've just done 2.5 plates for 11, so things are building fast. I think the best that I ever did on this when I had it in rotation last time was 2 plates and a 15 either side, but I definitely didn't have the best depth, the best control, So I look forward to hopefully going back up to that and then progressing past it, but just with even better form, even better control, just to make it obviously even more focused on what it is that it's supposed to be doing, rather than just taking a whole lot of pain into my elbows. That's actually a good one. When it comes to elbow pain, I do struggle really bad with elbow pain. I always have. Don't know if it's because of my previous sport or because of just the way that I'm made, but I do find that when I train properly with great control, great form, keeping my elbow path in a really great place when it comes to pressing, that my elbow pain is far better, and I tend to find that it doesn't flare up as much as opposed to when I get a little bit quick, go a little bit too heavy and don't do the movement as well as what it is supposed to be doing. So make sure that if you are someone that just struggle with things like knee pain, elbow pain, etc., that you're doing the movements properly, because you'll probably find that it feels way better. I need to make sure that I'm a little bit more controlled at the top. I'm being a little bit too quick in and out, so I need to get there and then come back down. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to get my muscle fully short, because if I'm too aggressive, that's going to mean that my shoulders are going to come away a little bit from the pad, and that obviously inhibits you from being able to get your muscle short. So obviously I train on my own pretty much all the time. Lots of people struggle, I think, with knowing when to go when they're on their own. Are they going too quick? Are they going too slow? When it comes to a compound lift, what I generally do is I know how long my sets usually take, because I can see it on my recording. So what I do is I generally wait as long as what I would normally wait for my set to finish before I start my next set. If I'm on a compound lift, I literally wait 30 seconds to a minute, and then I'm ready to go again. You don't need to wait a whole lot of time, but you do need to make sure that you are taking some time. They've done something to the Swift machine. Really happy with how that went. I was doing the bench wasn't as inclined before, so obviously we've changed that. This used to be the Atlantis shoulder press, so that's why we're going a little bit more upright. After doing a press that's quite high inclined anyway, moving on to this, you're going there a little bit pre-fatigued. I'm actually really happy with that. This Smith machine as well is not quite as forgiving as the red one, but Huber and Mark's gone on the red one today. Exercise is tricep dips, literally on a dip machine. I was doing it with the prime machine dip, but just for obviously a little bit of something different, since I've hit a bit of a wall on that one, just going to do it weighted on here. Probably not the best time to add it in, because obviously I'm in a little bit of a diet phase. I'll be honest, like when I first go into a diet, I tend to find that push is the first thing that goes and goes quite quickly. So I tend to find that when I'm on the way up on my presses that I almost get like cramps into my shoulders and my chest, and then I find that I get like a real sticking point. All my presses have done really well today, especially on that Smith machine. Like I've only dropped my weight by 2.5 kilo on either side, and my reps were above what I did last time, so I am happy. Even though weight's down and it makes you feel a little bit sad, I'm still happy. I don't know how these are going to go. Oh, what a bastard. I mean, 5 kilos might be pathetic, but I'm also carrying an extra 7 kilos compared to last off season, so I let myself off. With a dip, I personally want to target a little bit of front delt as well as obviously my triceps. That's why I have a tiny little bit of lean forwards. When I come down, I want to focus on my elbows coming down and out, so almost like in line with this bar here. If you drive them straight back, especially if you're someone who doesn't have very good elbows, you are going to take a lot of tension into your elbow and you are going to end up with a little bit of pain. So elbows out and back. So, a machine lateral raise, if it's a seated one, you don't need to do it any different to a seated dumbbell lateral. You can hold on to the little handles if you want to. You can keep your arms a little bit bent if you want to, but you need to keep your fists nice and sturdy. The reason why lots of people use the D handles, etc., it's so that it's something to hold, so that you know that you're not actually dropping. People say not to utilise them because they don't do anything, as in holding the fist, but it does. If you're not holding your fist, you will take a lot of tension into your joints rather than into the actual muscle. So create the tension into your arm by holding your fist nice and tight so that you don't get joint pain in your elbows and your shoulders. I should have listened when you tried to tell me. I feel like I was loving if it came my health and it's not complete. I can't say how I want to sound people in need. My point is don't feel the fuck wrong with me. Only thing I ever want to see is full of dream. I'm a sick sick, I'm just doing this thing. Little black diaries, we have never now this way. Everything I wanted, I can fix it. I have a dictate, you know you let somebody dictate. I'm trying to understand, I'm still trying. Assassinate my character, they're still trying. Doing some little half reps at the end on something like a side lateral isn't going to do anything to make you any more fucked, so it's not going to do anything to hinder your recovery. You can get away with doing something like that on a movement as small as a side lateral raise. It actually takes you to a real nice point of failure with real nice pump and pain. So yeah, I like a little bit of half rep sometimes. lateral raise. Gone through them before, but we'll go through them again. You want to make sure that you get full range of motion, so keep your upper arm to the front of the body a little bit. As the arm comes down, let it come to level with your body, but obviously it won't hit your body because you've got your upper arm slightly to the front of your body. And then literally keep the upper arm there and then just drive it out to the side. That will keep all the tension into your side delt rather than taking a lot of it into your rear delt or into your trap. So just try and make sure that upper arm stays in that nice position to the front of your body and drives out and then down. One thing that really irritates me is when people, not that people can't be adherent, but it's just very irritating when people lie about it, because we all go through our struggles and there's certain things that happen, but the most important thing when you're on your journey is just being honest. Like if you've done something that's not so right, or there's something that's not quite going right in your life, you have to be honest. And if somebody cares enough about you to be honest with you that things aren't quite right and we need to what's going on, be honest with them, because otherwise you're going to put a real hinder to your journey. And it's really important that if somebody wants to be honest with you, that you're honest back with them. I'm not having a good day with this thing. You want to make sure that your elbows don't really travel and move around. That means that obviously when you're on your way up and as your forearm comes up towards your bicep where you obviously want to be, when you've got the little bar in your hands, you do almost feel like your elbows are driving back a little bit as then before you drive back down, to be able to keep those elbows in a real nice locked position. If you kind of just let the elbows come with you, you will be using a little bit of lats, just a little bit of momentum. Keep all of the tension into your triceps through popping your lats, keeping those elbows locked next to your body and really getting to work on your triceps. Felt really good. I wish I could train my arms a little bit more, but I'm not allowed for my class. It's naughty. Can't have big arms, there's a bigger legs. Bend yourself over a little bit, get your core nice and tight, and then I want you to think about twisting, curling your hips up. No, wait a minute. Don't get ahead of yourself. Think about tilting your hips under you a little bit, like you're a shitting dog. So under more, a little bit more. Perfect, lovely. Now you can twist the hip a little bit that way. Yeah. Now this foot wants to turn this way a little bit. And now literally just drive it straight back. Can it go higher? Can you feel that in your glute? Alright, okay, that's good. The range of motion doesn't need to be massive. The more you lean forwards, the more your range of motion will be. Okay. But your range of motion does not need to be a lot. The amount of tension that you can create in your glutes will be very minimal. So keep your hip under a little. I can feel that really working. Lovely. 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 The more comfortable you feel with it, the higher you'll be able to get that foot to go. I want you to focus on keeping your, not that much. Don't drop your head. Think about rounding your back a little bit. Lovely. Keep your core nice and tight, and then literally focus on just driving the hips into the pad. Do not change the positioning with your back. Nice, and then back down. And then go again. Lovely. And then bring it back down. More. And then back up again. How does that feel? Something like an RDL. To be able to get more hip extension, you are going to have to create a little bit of knee bend. Not to the point where you're letting your knees change angle. If you keep a tiny little bend in the knee, almost like a soft knee, you are going to be able to drive your hips back more, which is going to allow you to create more glutes. So that's what you basically do on here. You basically do an RDL over the top of the machine. Okay. So tiny little bend in the knee. There. So let your hips come over just a little bit more. Right. And now drive up. That's perfect. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to touch your bum, but it's all right. That's lovely. That's perfect, yeah. That's lovely. That hand there, I want you to make a fist. I don't like it when the hands are floppy, if that's okay. And then just extend your chest up a little bit more. Bit more. That's perfect. Then just move that arm out the way. Lovely. That's nice. Perfect. It just looks more effortless. If you kind of over a little bit too much, it looks a little bit rigid. Yeah. And you don't want yourself to look rigid on stage.
It doesn't look like too ribby.
No, not at all. Okay. And I have huge ribs. And I had my chest really tall when I did it. It almost looks as though you've got a bigger lap when you do. So don't worry about it. Don't worry if the rib is there a little bit.
Okay.
Bring that arm out a little bit more. Perfect.
Is my lap enough?
Your lat's more than enough. You don't want any more than that. Lovely. Okay. And let's turn to the back. Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah. Lovely. Yes. I'm very, very happy with how you look. Very happy. I am going to take some pictures of you there. Is that okay? Yeah? Thank you so much, YouTube, for joining in. I will be back after my holiday. Obviously, a lovely little in-person check-in with my lovely natural client, Laura. Been training Laura now for 3 years, so it'll be great to get her on stage and for her to be able to showcase that off. But hope you enjoyed my session. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thank you.